Warren Buffett, who was then, I think, the richest man in the world, he said, when the tide comes in, you see who's swimming naked. One of the things I want you to understand, what we're really talking about in this introduction here, is that the basics are not basic. The basics are the foundation of a house. And if the foundation isn't not just good, but perfect, that whole house is liable to fall down. In 2008, people didn't understand money. Everywhere I was going, I remember, I worked in financial planning, and back in 2001, started with GE Capital, GE Financial, and became a CFP, all the high-level financial stuff, COU, CHFC, worked with thousands of people, helping them plan out finances and managing money, and I saw the difference. People who understood money, that's simple. Just like you understand, people know more about sports, video games, and shopping, and retail stores. They know more about Kim Kardashian's birthday. You ask people, who's Kim Kardashian married to? People will say, oh, Kanye West. And you say, Prada or this, what brand, if someone's wearing like a purse, people can pick out the brand. Oh, that's Prada, that's this. People can pick out Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and they can do all this stuff. None of those things, by the way, none of that knowledge benefits you. But you ask them the most basic thing about money. How does inflation work? What's the difference between a stock, bond, debenture, accrual, people are like, I don't know. And I'm thinking, you're spending your whole life having to make money in your job, yet you don't want to know anything about it. You want to know more about celebrity birthdays. Now, you might say, I don't watch TV, Ty, but I guarantee you I can find something in your life, not to be nitpicky, but I guarantee you I can find you some irrelevant piece of knowledge you have in your head. Sherlock Holmes, the books Arthur Conan Doyle wrote, about Sherlock Holmes said, the mind's like an attic. It gets full, it gets cluttered. And so the goal of this program is we remove all the clutter that keeps you here, because make no mistake, for the most part in the modern world, the reason people are broke, and there are exceptions, is because they don't have the knowledge. And so they have the difference between, Donald Trump, or I was reading a great story, this guy right here, actually, I saw his book. This guy, came to America with 20 bucks in his bank account. And I've got people like in my, some of my inner circle and higher level programs that I have. There's a kid 19 years old, lives in Lithuania, making 6 figures a month. Make $1 million. Why? Because he has knowledge. And if I ask him these foundational things, he has them. And in 2008, I saw what's going to happen. People are buying real estate. They don't understand anything about money, real estate. They don't understand the contracts they're signing. They don't understand variable rate loans and how this is going to change. And guess what happened? As Warren Buffett said, the tide came in and you found a lot of people swimming naked. And that's what the world is becoming. There's a glut of stupid knowledge that's being crammed into our head. And over the next 67 days, you should be getting excited, because we're going to get rid of that, like Sherlock Holmes says, take the attic that's full of nonsense, and we're going to put in the stuff that it takes to make money. And I'm not talking about, at the top of the pyramid, people get confused. They think it's people who just have money to buy islands and stuff. No, the people up here, if you can keep moving up this, the main difference is the impact you can have on society. Number one, you can have impact on your own life. There's a great saying by a guy named Hillel, a philosopher, and he said, if I don't love me, who will? Meaning, if you don't take care of your own financial situation, if you don't understand money, the things you're about to learn over the next days, who else is going to take care of you and your family? Do you think the government really cares deep down about you? No. Do you think a stranger on the street? Or do you think even a friend? If you want to know who your friends are, try to borrow money. That'll separate acquaintances from true, close, best friends. But at the end of the day, it's not really their responsibility to take care of you and your family. It's my responsibility to take care of myself. Now, what he also said, this philosopher, is, but if I only love myself, what am I? Meaning, as you go up here, as you begin to unshackle yourself from financial scarcity. The next step is you can give more. There's, it's no coincidence that Bill Gates is given, billions, tens of billions of dollars away. He's had more impact than whole governments have. He's eradicated diseases, I think smallpox or malaria or whatever one he's working on. Not to say he's a perfect person, but he does have impact. And so for you, you're not only going to be able to have impact in your own life, not worry so much about bills, not get caught up in things like happened in 2008. You didn't have to get hurt in the recession. I didn't get hurt in the recession. It's not because I'm smart, it's because I had mentors that taught me stuff. Back when I was 18, one of them, Alan Nation, told me the value of real estate is you have to calculate what the cash flow is, meaning the rent. So there was, back in 2008, people were spending $2 million investing in houses and condos that you could only rent out for $2,000 a month. And you're going to learn over the next couple of months that doesn't make sense. So I didn't buy a lot of real estate. I hardly bought any. So it wasn't because I was special that I didn't get hurt in the last recession. I made more money that year than any year because it had no effect on me. Because as you learn things, the people that get, and this is a sad thing, and I hope that you will pass on the stuff and teach others around you the things that you're learning, just like I'm passing on this stuff that I learned, whether it be through in-person mentors, whether it's through the thousands of books that I've read. And again, it's not a numbers game. It's not me showing off. It's me saying, I don't know, I need these books, and through my own experience. And like I said, I have a background in finance, so you're also learning, you can, I'm a CFP, I've gone through all those programs. I'm not in financial planning anymore, but my background, when I was a CFP, Certified Financial Planner, certified, all that good stuff. Not that certifications really matter, but you're gonna learn stuff that you can bank on. You're not gonna learn weird stuff. But I'm gonna put a spin on it in the sense that it's gonna be my story. There's gonna be stories interspersed in there. There's gonna be practical stuff. So, important question that I have for you now. This is very important. Whenever I do anything like this, you gotta know some tangible thing you want from this. We'll talk about later the 4 primary motivators that humans have. One of them is resources, which is, in the modern world, we call that money. But in and of itself, it's not a motivator for you to just have, dollars or euros or pounds. It's what are you going to use it for? So the way I want to end this first introduction lesson, I want to ask you this question. If this works over the 67 days or however long it takes you to get through these videos, okay, these 67 videos. Hopefully some of you will do one a day, but most of you will be through this in a few months, 3 or 4 months. What if you start moving up this? What's a practical thing you're going to do with it? I'll give you an example for myself.